Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This is Scatterbrain, the Ray Bradford podcast. And of course, I'm Ray Bradford, your host with the most on the coast, and everything. Uh, it's been an eventful week for me. I hope it's been an eventful week for y'all as well. Been a lot of good stuff going on, a lot of crazy stuff. I had a first time experience this week that was dope that I'll get into in a little bit. Um, Again, like I always say, appreciate y'all for continuing to like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you do, man. Even if you don't like it and you tell somebody, man, I wish this dude to shut up. Appreciate you for doing that too. All that help. It all helps in the long run. Um, Shout out to my boy Malcolm McBride for coming on last week, man. It was his birthday this weekend. I want to say it was Friday or Saturday. Want to give another big happy birthday shout out to my blood sister you've seen on the podcast twice, Tiffany Magic. I call her Too Tall. I call her Blackie. Also, I got a few nicknames for her, but Blackie is the affectionate nickname I call her. Too Tall, or what they called her in high school. Um, Shout out to you, girl. Happy birthday. I love you. I hate that you didn't want to go nowhere and really nice and eat today. That really upset me, but we did go out to eat. It's our birthday today, November 5th, man. Shout out to my other sister. She not my blood sister, but we've known each other for a long time, been rocking with each other for a while. Trinity Mitchell. Want to get her last name right. Cause if she see this, she would show enough get on my head for not saying the name right. Trinity Mitchell, man, it's her birthday as well. Man, my sister, hey, she going viral on the slick too. She has a podcast called Friend Fusion. If you want, I show love regardless of whatever is going on. So, if you want to go check her podcast out, go check it out. She going viral. She got reposted on the Shade Room. A clip also got reposted on the I guess I want to say this like a inspirational inspiration page. It's VS Gent. I call it VS Gent, but it may be VSGENT or like VSG Entertainment or something like that. But that clip went on there too. So she kind of going viral right now. She's on like season 2 or 3 of a podcast, and she got some really big names on this season, man. I don't want to spoil it because I don't think she didn't announce names at the beginning of the season. She announcing it as it goes, so I don't want to spoil it. I kind of, being that she like my sister, so I had some I got some insider information on who she who she bringing on the pod this season. But it's really dope podcast. Really, it's the total opposite of this podcast. This is just pure entertainment, pure jokes, pure and just maybe to make you think some stuff. So we may have a lot of jokey joke topics and then one topic to make you think on something. But hers is really informative, really thought provoking. Like I think the clips that went viral was one of them was the guy talking about Albert Tate. I think no, it's not Albert Tate. I forgot his name, Lynn. I forgot his name. I should. You know what? That's what they make phones for. That's what they make phones for. Cause what I told you, they could always call me the research man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Uh, One clip was talking about you don't have to be mean to. You can say what you say, but like that don't give you the right to be mean. Like people always saying, "Well, I'm just straightforward. I shoot it from the hip," and I'm one of those people. I'm straightforward. I shoot it from the hip. In most situations, if I don't really know you like that, I won't do it. I won't be straightforward. But uh, most people say that and they just shoot from the hip. And they a lot of time when they say that they are mean. I will say that sometimes I've done that and I've been a little mean. But the man is he referring to the Bible about like how in the Bible it was some great like they quoted scripture and everything, how like Ephesians and stuff that you don't have to do that. It's like the Bible is saying, say what you need to say, but say it with care and love, and don't just be harsh and stuff. So that was dope. That's one clip that's went viral, and she got another one. It's a few, man. What to do? He went in. He was a great guest. So again, the name of the podcast is your friend Fusion. Her name on Instagram, if you want to follow her, is your friend Trend. She's pretty. She's a pretty big deal. She's from Grenada, so I'm always going. Anybody from Grenada that's doing good stuff, big stuff, I'm always gonna like shout them out, man. Because if you ain't never been to Grenada, it's a small. Well, it's a nice size county, small town, small city, but very nice size county. I'm always, shout those people out. What else, man? Yeah, man. I had my first time experience this week. I played in the Superdome, Caesar Superdome. I forgot. I don't even know if it's still called the Superdome. I know it's Caesar something. I want to say Caesar's Palace, but I don't think it's Palace. But it may be the Superdome. Where the Saints play in New Orleans. This was my first time actually playing inside of the Superdome for a large event. It's pretty dope. Shout out to the owner of Blue Earth Artist, but I think it's Blue Earth Collective now, Johnny Hosey. Shout out to Johnny. He got us in there. I don't know how you did it, brother, but you did it. We played in there. It was nice to play in there and experience that. That's something that I can't even lie. I would love to experience again. But I would, a dream. We all have dreams, right? So my dream would be to play there and play what something I made or play for a huge artist there. That would be a dream just to see that, man. Play for all those people in there that you looking up and it's huge, man. So, I pray that happened one day. But that also was a dope experience. I think it could have been a first for everybody that was around me. We all that was our first experience. Uh, we handled it like it was our first experience in a lot of ways too. But it was dope. Super dope experience, man. Been gigging all this weekend. This time change kind of jacked me up a little bit. I ain't gonna even lie. Time change jacked me up. And we got an extra hour, but it still jacked me up. Jesus, man, Dak Prescott got leveled by by the Eagles. He got leveled. I'm watching highlights as we record. I'm a man, bro. All men who in the sports, we just watch, cut it on ESPN or something and just let it play all day. So that's what we doing. We recapping all the games. But yeah, man. Speaking of Dak Prescott, I know this is a little off topic. As y'all know, because I've worn jerseys on here and stuff, I am an avid Chicago Bears fan. Chicago Bears played the New Orleans Saints today. It is, and if you're looking hard enough on the camera, you probably can see that I got a Bears. I'm ashy too, woo-wee, but I got a Bears wristband on. It is a hard time to be a Bears fan. It is a hard time. Since when Brian Urlacher retired, this will tell you how long it's been a very hard time to be a Bears fan. Research man to the rescue. Y'all listening? I hope you listening. You don't get too mad. Like, man, he taking his time. When did Brian Urlacher retire? Okay, Brian Urlacher retired in 2012. Since 2012, for the last 11 years, it's been a very hard time to be a Chicago Bears fan. We get disappointed every year. Just get disappointed. I'm very, I don't want to be the super fan because I know people who are super fans of sorry teams and just swear every year their team is going to go to the Super Bowl, go to the NBA Finals. They just swear. So I don't want to be a super fan. But I'm an avid fan, and it's hard because them boys is trash, man. It's trash. I said we were gonna go 9-7 this year. 9-7, or maybe 8-9. I thought we would have been straight. I thought we would have been okay this year. I thought we got DJ Moore. DJ Moore was gonna help elevate us. Justin Fields was gonna elevate. That has not been the case, and it's been a very hard time. And I thought I was gonna come on here today. I was gonna be able to wear my jersey. I was gonna be able to talk big noise to every Saints fan I knew. I told Chariana that I was gonna tag her in some Facebook stuff to talk shit to her. I was ready to talk noise. I was ready to talk a lot of noise, and we lost. Somebody was texting me during the game like, "Well, y'all just down 7. It may be." You never know what can happen. Stuff may change. I knew once we got down, it was over with. Wasn't nothing we was gonna do. It wasn't nothing we gonna do. We gonna end up with the number one draft pick again, and we gonna mess it up. We gonna mess it up one more time. Chicago Bears fan, if you out there, man, let's get together. Let's pray. Let's join hands. Let's petition the throne of grace and ask God for grace for our team because something ain't right. The GM, front office, somebody got to go. Somebody got to go. Why Brian Urlacher retired? We end up firing a coach who had a winning record. Makes no sense. We get rid of Khalil Mack. Why would you do that? We got rid of another linebacker that was amazing. We let Fuller go, and now he's shining on the Redskins alongside the Grenada. I know my Grenada brethren. No, he struggled for a few games, but he back out there doing good. Emmanuel Forbes Jr. Just want to give him a shout out. I told you I'm gonna shout out anybody from Grenada. Yeah, we let Fuller go. Now I don't even see Eddie Jackson out here. Eddie hurt. My boy Bo Jackson. They call him Bo Jackson. I don't know what we doing. I just don't know. I can't see what's going on. We let Montgomery go. Now he's shining in Detroit. I think he got hurt though. But he's shining in Detroit. It's just like everybody we let go, they go shine somewhere else. And we let Floyd go, he go win a ring with the Rams. It's just every time we let somebody go, they do better. It's weird, man. It's a hard time. It's been a hard 11 years, man. It's been a hard 11 years. Every year I talk noise. And, I'm big on, hey, man, we going to kick y'all ass. And we never kick nobody ass. We lost to the Broncos this year. How we lose to the Broncos? We lose to the Saints. Saints really a good team, though. When they put it together, they going to be really good. But it's just... I don't know, man. It's hard 11 years. I feel for anybody if your team is like my team. I feel for you. I feel for you. It's hard, man. I can't even explain it and put it into the proper words to say how frustrating it is to be a Chicago Bears fan because this wasn't even on the board for me to talk about, but I just feel I need to address this. It's hard because we a storied franchise, and we only got one Super Bowl, but we are a storied franchise. Like, we are a pillar of the NFL. We're a huge franchise, and we always had great players: Dick Buckets, the Fridge, Walter Payton, Peanut Tillman, Briggs, Urlacher, Hester, Brandon Marshall. As much of a head case he is, and Lord bless him with everything he going through. I'm gonna speak on that at the end of this podcast. By the way, the podcast beefs that are out here, the major podcast beef. Because I don't know about smaller podcast beef, but like the major podcast beefs, those things are blowing my mind. But anyway, we had Brandon Marshall. As much as a quitter Jay Cutler can be, nobody can ever question his actual talent. We had Matt Forte. We've had people, man. Always had a good squad, a good team. We just can't put it together. Like when we went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Colts, I get mad that we lost to the Colts, but when I really think about it, that's Peyton Manning, bro. That's like top 5 quarterback to ever play the NFL, top 10 quarterback to play the NFL, play in the NFL. So it's like I can't get mad. I can't be too mad about it. That's like 2007 Bron losing to the Spurs. You can't really trip. It's Manu Ginobili. That's Tim Duncan. That's Tony Parker. You know what I'm saying? You can't really trip that happened. In the grand scheme of things, can I trip on the small level of it? Yes, we lost to them. But in the grand scheme, that's Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Bob Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Saturday. That's all these like legends on that team. We had legends too, but still, we didn't have Peyton Manning. We had Rex Grossman. What were you gonna do with Rex Grossman? Huh? You weren't gonna do much. But anyway, we lost to them, and then we lose to, then we go. But it's like crazy because the franchise so good and we always in the mix. I think a year or two later, we get back to the NFC. No, yeah, 2 years later, 2009, we get back to the NFC Championship, lose to the Saints, and then they go on to win the championship. Then, like the year after that, we lose to the Packers in the NFC Championship, and they go on and win the damn championship. You see what I'm saying? Like we always in the mix and we always good, but it's just like it's hard, man. I don't get it. I don't understand how a franchise that's where that story, when a major market like Chicago isn't a like small market, it's a major market. Why we can't get like actual big names and like actual players and actual coaches? Lovie Smith was a coach. We should have never let Lovie Smith go. I don't even know why Houston let. Well, I do know why Houston let Lovie Smith go. They didn't put him in the best situation. But you know what I'm saying? We can't get actual like name coaches. We can't get players, and or we let people go. I think it's our front office, man, and we really got to get rid of that front office. I don't want to stay on that too long. I just wanted to let everybody know it's a hard time being a Bears fan right now. So bear with me. Hold your jokes. I don't want to see your jokes. You won't have to worry about me saying nothing else about the Bears the rest of the year. You won't have to worry about me saying nothing else about them. I don't know. I think we're gonna end up trading Justin Fields. Gonna be the dumbest thing we could ever do. I don't think Caleb Williams is the answer. He can't even win in college. He's not the answer, but that's what we swear. I mean, that's what the sports world is swearing, that he's gonna be the next big deal. I don't think that would be the right thing to do, and definitely getting a wide receiver at number one. Well, in our case, it could be the right thing if you get a good wide receiver and pair him with Justin Smith. It could be the case, but we really need an O line. We really need some fucking some linebackers. We really need some shit, But who knows? I just think we're gonna mess it up. We're gonna get the number one pick. And I think if we end up getting the number one pick, we get like the number one and number two pick. Bro, we gonna mess it up. I just see it. We gonna mess it up. So it's a hard time. Y'all pray for me, Isaac, and I pray for y'all. That's the Bears. NFL season is it's like sports always, it just start off bad for me, man. Cause the Lakers just starting off bad too. I don't know what's going on with the Lakers. We gonna pray for them. Hope they get it together and pull it through. Uh, I said it was Wimbenyama scary hours coming. The boy look good. I just don't. I think we need to take our time. He ain't gonna be brun off top. Well, I don't think he is, but he may be. He may be. The boy good though. The boy good. He game changer. Uh, but I wanted to start this with a quick question, man. It's funny. I was scrolling Facebook and I seen this, and I said, boy, this is funny to me, because it took me to a time when I didn't hit a parked car, but I did something to a parked car. So the question was, have you ever hit a parked car? And I got a funny story about hitting a parked car, because I was in high school. I think this was my junior. It was my junior year. I was still in band. Still in band. So it was my junior year. I tried out for a Mississippi State honor band, the honor jazz band. Tried out, made it, blew my mind. This is one of the things that helped me know. Yeah, music may be your actual calling. You feel music may be your calling, but like I made that and I realized, okay, music is my actual calling. I made this honor jazz band at Mississippi State. And it's crazy because from guys that I actually made it with, I end up being in school at USM in the music program. I can't remember his name, but I know it was a trombone player and another dude. Uh, but the trombone player was like a frat dude. He ended up being a frat guy at USM. And I don't think most like, you can be Phi Mu Alpha. I think that's the name, Phi Mu Alpha. That's like a music fraternity. and then like it's a KK side. They got KK side USM too. You can be that frat guy and do music, but like if you like real like frat row frat guy, like Kappa Sig and like all those guys, I highly doubt you being a music major and that is gonna ever work. That's like trying to be a lawyer or something and be a frat guy, and which is a lot of them cats is. But you know, you got when you trying to be a lawyer or something and do that type of stuff, or it's not much physical labor you have to do. But being a music major, it's a lot of physical labor you have to do to be a music major. You have to practice. You have to really practice, especially if you're trying to be good. You have to really practice a lot of hours and stuff. You know, you have to really dig and listen to music constantly. You have to do a lot of blase blase. Anyway, he was one of them dudes, and he did not last long in the music program. But well, he maybe did last long. He may have graduated. Now that I think about it, I remember seeing him like 3 years, but after 3 years, I ain't seen him no more. And I know if you graduate music in 3 years, you are an animal. I know one dude that did that. His name Thomas Giles. Graduated in 3 years. He's an animal, bro. But and he could play his ass off. Play saxophone, but he could play his ass off. But you are a animal if you can do that. But anyway, made this honor jazz band program. And I'm on Starkville campus. I'm on campus at Mississippi State, which is in Starkville, Mississippi. Of course. We weren't supposed to drive around when we got there. We were supposed to park at this dorm and walk everywhere you went. But you know, I want to be Mr. Boosie Badass. And I'm gonna drive my car around campus because I thought I was flying. High school had me a little Grand Am, had the little 18, had the beat down back in the day. Boom boom. I'm riding around campus playing Gucci Man and Yo Gotti and stuff like that. Boosie. I'm riding around playing it, and then I may have had all that beat down. And I may have been riding to some jazz. I may have been riding to some all-star jazz band type stuff back then. But I know when this happened, I was playing Gucci Man. This is the wildest part. So I drive, and the music building at Mississippi State. If you're looking at it from the air, it looks like a upright piano. I think it's either upright piano or maybe a grand piano. But if you flying over the campus, that one of the music buildings or the performance arts building, it looks like it's the performance art building. It looks like they may have knocked this down. I don't know. I ain't been to Mississippi State in God knows how long. But it looks like a piano. So I'm parked kind of like I don't even know the parking lot beside it. But I'm parked in this parking lot, and I parked behind this champagne colored either Expedition or Yukon. Man, I don't know how. I had already broke my mirror. You got your two mirrors on the cars. I had broke this one. I had let some homies, they were wrestling by the car. Bro, this is why my mom is passed. My mom and dad passed. I don't even think I told them how that mirror broke. I just told them I broke it. And we like gorilla glued it back together. But I broke this mirror. So now I'm trying to back out and I'm trying to like impress these college girls. This is the dumbest thing when I look back at it. Trying to impress these college girls walking by. I got this music blasting. I ain't really focused. Back then, I didn't even have an iPhone back then. I think I had a BlackBerry. Had the BlackBerry. Trying to impress them. I'm looking down. But I'm parked. Somehow or another, I'm parked close to the champagne color Yukon or Expedition, whatever it is. If y'all watching this, which I highly doubt y'all watching this, I apologize. It is what it is. You can't get no money from me now. Statute of limitations. I'm close to it. I had to be like this close to that car and didn't realize it. I didn't realize like, hey, you need to back up super straight. I think when I started backing up, I immediately like veered. So I get here and about midway through the Yukon, my mirror just catches the Yukon and I'm thinking it's the music doing this. I don't realize that my mirror is scratching this car from the rooter to the tutor until I get to the end of the expedition or Yukon, whichever one it was. My mirror actually goes pop and breaks off and just dangles. It's just dangling, bro. I scratched these folks' stuff up. I hit the brake so fast. Oh shit. I look and like people are walking by looking like they didn't stop walking and they just looking at me. They just looking like, yo, what's going on? Once I realize people staring at me, I get so nervous, I immediately back, take off. I go park in the furthest parking lot away. I didn't even park at the dorm we were staying at. Whatever dorm they had us staying in, I did not park at this dorm. I parked at the furthest parking lot I could park away. It was, oh man, it was so far away from where we were. And tried to like tape my mirror back on. Cause I think I had some Gorilla Tape in the car from the other mirror. I taped my mirror back on so like nobody would know. Hopefully they wouldn't know cause you know, if you don't see the tag, you don't know what it was. You just know a silver car scratched up this other car. And doggone it, when I tell you, man, I didn't drive that car the rest of the time there. My mom and dad came to the performance. I didn't even tell them at the performance what I did. I didn't tell them till I got back home. Because we had to be there earlier, so my folks didn't come with me to drop me off. They let me drive. That's the problem. They should have just dropped me off. They let me be too grown too fast. They should have dropped me off. I blame my parents for that, man. Blame my parents, but I didn't even tell them. I get back. But it's so wild, man. That is crazy. They never judged me, man. That's wild. I think my folks may have enabled me to think the way I think now. Because they didn't chastise me for this. Because the mirror broke, I get home, tell them about it, and they just paid to get it fixed. That's the problem. That's the goddamn problem. It hit me. It hit me talking about this. They the problem. Blame my parents. They should have been on my ass. You ain't driving that car, blah, blah, blah. You need to find them folks and pay them for them folks' paint job that they got to do. That's what they should have said, but I think they were more worried about their pockets because they knew I wasn't making no money at the time. I ain't had no job. I had never had a job until this point in life. I had never had a job, I think. Actually, my first job was after this happened because I got kicked out of school and had to work at a Taco Bell. That was my first job. But until that point, I had never had a job, never done anything. I think the most I did was cut grass and for some money, if that much, and wash cars or something. But yeah, man, I have hit a parked car. And then I've hit another car. It wasn't parked, but they were stopped. They were stopped. This is the funny part. They were stopped. In Hattiesburg, we got two hospitals. We got Forest General and we got Wesley. And in front of Wesley, man, it was crazy. Them 89, older cars were made out of steel. It's a joke that older cars made out of steel. You can hit an older car and ain't much gonna happen. You ain't gonna affect the car. And these newer cars are made out of plastic. That's the joke. That's the running joke that people say. Well, at least down south, that's the running joke that people say. So it was what's them two-door, is it a Eclipse wheel? Them two-door little cars, they Eclipses. Yeah, that's what it was. It was an Eclipse. So this girl was in a two-door Eclipse. It was like a forest green car. So we in front of this hospital. We had a red light. So it's probably this much distance between me and the girl car. It's a good amount of distance. It's enough distance to where at least two people walking beside each other can walk through comfortably and have space. They don't have to like try to tighten up their body and then you can walk comfortably through. I'm looking down at my phone. I'm in an 89 Buick LeSabre, red. I never used to be my car, man. I had broke my seat and had to put a brick under my seat to keep the seat up. Cause if I ain't had a brick there, the seat would be way back. I had broke my seat. Uh, so I'm at this light, and I still got that bad to this day, but I done caught on to it now. Like I don't move until everybody is moving. Uh, the cars that were beside me is 3 lanes. It's 3 lanes. So it's probably like a 6 lane. You would say it's a 6 lane highway and all, but it's like 3 lanes on this side, 3 lanes on that side. Cars in these 2 lanes beside me, we in the far right. I just see these cars start moving. And like I said, I got this back even till today. If I'm looking down at my peripheral, I see these cars moving. I'm just gonna go ahead and start moving too. Cause obviously the light green, if it was red, the light is green now, so we should be able to go. This girl ain't going, and this girl ain't going, and I rev it. You know, this 89, baby, this steel, baby, and everything, and everything. And I say, whoa, smack the back of that dog on the clips, boy. I'm thinking I done told this girl car up. This joke that they say about the older car being made of steel and these new car being of plastic, boy, that Eclipse tore that doggone Buick up. Bent the front. Boom. I said, God damn, this ain't no steel, man. This ain't no steel. And then I ain't had no insurance. Oh, Lord, I just out here renegade to hit this girl car. I ain't got no insurance. She done pulled over, called the police. I wanted to be the typical black person and run. I wanted to be the typical black person and run. No, I do the right thing. I'm going to stay out here. I got that no insurance ticket, boy. I think my uncle paid me that ticket for me, man. Uncle Paul, thank you, man. Uncle Paul ain't me thank you for paying that ticket. Look at that, man. There goes somebody else enabling me. When I really think about it, people been enabling me my whole life. Fuck. Oh, man. That's crazy because I got my next topic is about, dang, bro. This is wild. But people have been enabling me my whole life, man. God doggone, man. Wow. Wow. And there's little stuff that enable me too. It ain't big stuff. They don't enable me with big stuff. Because people tell me if I'm wrong a lot. They be telling me if I'm wrong and stuff. But like, don't pay for nothing that you ain't got to pay for. But I thank you that you paid for that, though. I really thank you that you paid for that. But anyway, I've had a few experiences where I've hit parked cars and I ain't embarrassed. It's life. It happened. It's life. Keep your head up and look. Keep your head on the swivel. That's what I have learned about driving. I got a pretty good driving record too. I ain't hit many cars, but the ones that I have hit was like dumb situations. And if you hit a parked car, it's most likely you in a dumb situation that you could have avoided. Like, yo, what you doing? Like, you ain't got to do that. But I was scrolling Facebook and seen that. I said, man, I wonder how many people have actually done this. For this to be like, whatever the post is, I'm sure that post went viral for me to see it. Like, how many people have actually hit parked cars, and how many of us should not have license? That's really what it is. A lot of us should not have license. We should be goddamn take the license away. Yo, what's up, everybody? I hope y'all enjoying this episode. But before we keep going, I want y'all to do something for me, man. I want y'all to like, subscribe, hit the alert bell, and share. And then I want y'all to follow me on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Now let's get back to the episode, guys. But moving forward, don't hit a parked car. That's how I want to button that up. Put a button on that. Don't hit parked cars. Keep your head on the swivel. Let your eyes move. Moving forward, my next topic was, because some stuff that happened in the past few weeks, it was like, it made me realize that like I'm really jacked up. I'm really jacked up. Like I've put on the board, and I got a whiteboard in my apartment. I put on the board, first of the year, go to therapy. Go to therapy and get yourself worked out, brother. Get like start putting stuff together, put the pieces together so you can like really, you know, accept the great stuff that happened to you. Cause a lot of times I think I'm I'm probably the like reason that some good stuff don't fully happen to me because I don't let it happen. I kind of shy it away or shoo it away or something, or just mess it up. However I mess it up, you know, I realize that I'm jacked up, or like, or another way that I feel like I'm jacked up is that like you hurt people and you don't even try to hurt people. I really feel like I've hurt some people in my life or a few people in my life that I didn't even my thought process wasn't even to hurt that person, or my intentions weren't to hurt that person or offend that person uh or whatever the case may be. But that's why I put on this whiteboard at the beginning of the year, take your ass to therapy, bro. Go work this stuff out that's in your mind. Get out your own way. Like, cause that's big. Like, we all chasing something in life, right? Well, not we all, cause some people they get their position at a nice company, a nice job, and they settled in life. They settle, but like in the field I'm in with the people I'm around, we all chasing something. We all chasing somewhere to get better. But in the process of that, like you really had to do like self work sometimes and realize where you're weak at, what's your, you know what I'm saying? What you weak at doing, how you can, if you are weak at that, how can you cover yourself with somebody who may be stronger than it is, and let them do that type of stuff, right? But I'm bad on it. Like even when I had bands, or like, well, let's say if I'm over a band, when I was over Friends Fly South, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to write the music. I wanted to book the band. I wanted to pick the cover art. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like, hey, bro, it's 7, 8 other people in this band, bro. Like, let some of them do this stuff, bro. Like, they want to. They want to be involved. And then when they realize they're more involved, they take more ownership of the band. You know what I'm saying? Or like now it's easier to scale it up if we are scaling it up. But back then I didn't even know about. I had never heard the term scale up. So I can't fault myself, but that's a way of like I'm jacked up and I just mess everything up because I be wanting to do, or like talking to, or person to person relationships. I don't even want to say like relationships with women or whatever. Just person to person relationship. I can be harsh. Like I can truly be harsh on how I talk to people, and it ain't. I ain't being harsh to be mean. I'm genuinely not doing it to be mean. I I think most people who do it aren't trying to be mean. I could be wrong on that. I could totally be wrong, but I don't think most people who are harsh or like very upfront, like we was talking about with my sister podcast. I hope go check out the episode. But the dude saying like you can say what you say and still be nice about it. That ain't something that I've grasped. I ain't grasped how to be like soft and tell you like, hey, you suck, bro. Like the only thing in my mind is like, hey, bro, that don't sound good. Like that sound bad. Or why would you do that? Like, what's your thought process? Why you thinking that's cool? Or like, no, I'm cool on that. I don't want to do that. Instead of saying, what's a nice way to say, I don't want to do it gotta be a nicer way to tell somebody, like an example, somebody come to you and they're very like happy, excited, like they're adamant about something. They like just overjoyed. And in your mind, you think, man, this is dumb what you're talking to me about, or I'm just not interested in what you're talking about. It has to be a nice way to say that. Do I know the nice way to say that? No. I don't know the nice way to say that. Like, I'm a prime example. Johnny probably won't watch this, so I'm just going to say Johnny's name. So we got through playing Friday. I was agitated from the gig. I'm agitated. I'm very agitated. The gig was straight. Like, the audience don't know. Like, man, it's wild, man. Because as musicians, you have to realize a lot of times the audience don't know when you messed up unless you just fucked up. You had to really fuck up for the audience to know you messed up. Most of the time, the audience don't know if it's little hiccups here, little hiccup here. They just think y'all, if it's a transition going on and y'all just kind of waiting on the transition to happen, they just see everybody on stage waiting for something else to happen. They don't know that it's some messed up stuff going on behind the scenes. But in my mind, man, we fucking up. We trash. We look bad. God damn. I'm panicking. I'm going. My mind is. It done went back. Instead of looking at the glass as half full, half empty. So Johnny come up to me after the gig, and Johnny say, "Man, that was a great gig, wasn't it, Ray?" I said, yeah, man." Like, he's adamant, excited, overjoyed. He's everything, like, over the moon. He's so happy about this gig. I'm not so happy. And instead of the nice thing and the way to play I call it playing the game. I don't like playing the game with people. I don't like that. I hate playing the game. You know what I'm saying? But the older I'm getting, I'm realizing you have to play the game right. You have to. But instead of doing that, I just like, yeah, man. He was like, "What you say?" I'm like, "Huh?" I'm knowing I done said, "Yeah, man," and he can hear my tone, and he don't like my tone. Well, not don't like it. He like confused by my tone. And instead of like just when I realize he hear my tone, I try to correct it now because like fuck, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said it like that. I should have said it better. I should have said it nicer. So now I'm trying to correct it in the process. But he keep talking to me now, so now I'm agitated even more. And that's why I'm saying I need to learn to get out of my way. That's why I got to go to therapy, bro. I have to fix this before I self-implode, you know? Before I self-implode and fuck myself up. Like, I have to go to therapy. But, like, so now I'm agitated that he keep talking to me about this. And he asked me. I said, "Man, dude, all I said was, yeah, man." He's like, "Oh, I can hear." I'm like, "Bro, why you want me to say something so bad?" In the moment, I literally asked him that. Now looking back at it, I realized he just happy, and I'm being a buzzkill to his happy, and that's fucked up. I should have just waited till a day, or you know what I'm saying? Wait a day or two, and then tell him, "Hey, man, we probably could have did a little better." You know what I'm saying? In a nice way. I don't know what the nice way is to do that. That's it's hard. I don't know the nice way to do that, but that's what should have happened instead of me just being like, "Yeah, man." Like, that's very dismissive when I look back at it. Because I wouldn't want nobody to say that to me. Like, if I'm happy, like, "Dude, we just killed, man. Ooh, we just crushing it." And they're like, "Yeah, man." That would fuck me up, too. But that's why it hit me this weekend. I was like, dude, it's tough realizing you're a jacked up person. Like, it's an oxymoron. I really think I'm a great person. I don't mean no harm. I help you. I give you the shirt off my back. Whatever you need. I'm a really good person, but it's just when I don't like something, I think that good person go out the window. And that I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. I don't know. This is a therapy session for the world to see. If you're watching this podcast, this is a therapy session for the world to see. Like, it's tough realizing like you're a jacked up person in certain areas, bro. Like, even bro, even dealing with it's crazy because I'm such a nice guy. I'm just nice, period, when it come to like talking to people. If I actually talk to you, I'm super nice, be encouraging. I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? But like, if I get close to somebody, or like either even semi close, I can be like a glass half empty instead of glass half full person. So I can look at stuff more pessimistic than I should look at it as, what's the opposite of pessimistic, Will? Optimistic. Come on, get your boy right. My vernacular is down today, baby. It's down, man. It's down. But instead of looking at stuff optimistic, I can look at stuff more pessimistic, especially in person to person relationships. I don't want to put it with women. I don't want to specify it with women, just women or men, but just in person to person relationships. I can be much more pessimistic than I am optimistic, and that's jacked up. I think it's room for that. Y'all could tell me if I'm wrong. I think it's room for that, and it's needed to be in certain areas. You need to be pessimistic because it helps you grow. It helps you grow, right? But yeah, man, this weekend. It ain't just this weekend. It was some other stuff that happened this week. That I was like, yeah, I don't even know how I hurt this person. I couldn't tell you how I hurt this person, how I did anything to confuse this person or whatever. And it blew my mind. I was like, well, man, maybe you just a jacked up person, bro. Maybe you just a jacked up person, bro, and you gotta accept it and you need to go get it fixed, man. You need to go get it fixed. You need to go talk through this with somebody to where they can help you out and like help you see the other perspective. But it's weird because I'm always I really try to see the other side. Even if I don't agree with the other side, I still like to see the other side because I want to argue the other side. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see where they're coming from, but I just may be too pessimistic, man. Jacked up person. I'm a great person, but I'm jacked up in areas, man. You know, the church house. I don't know how the church house would put it, but it's a good way they would put it. Uh, I love God, I love Jesus, but I don't think they the only thing that can help me right now. I really need to go get some some clinical help, some clinical help, because it just I'm not. I don't want to say I'm an overthink. Well, yeah, I'm an overthinker too, but like in that process, you'll end up tearing yourself apart, man. That's why I don't smoke weed, man. That's why I don't smoke weed. I smoked weed in high school. Like when I got to college, I was still smoking weed. Then I just stopped. But like I stopped for a long time when I got to college. And a few years ago, right? I guess this was right before the pandemic hit. This was like the last season of Game of Thrones, whatever year that was. The last season of Game of Thrones. Me and Money Steven were doing like a podcast about Game of Thrones. Uh, and I got high before we were to go do this. We would did the podcast live at the Singer because the Singer held like all the big episodes from that season. The Singer held a viewing for it. So we go in there and we doggone. Well, before that, I get high, bro. I'm in my apartment. I think this was like a rough time too, man. I wasn't doing too good financially. wasn't doing too good financially. There was some other stuff going on too. I got high, and this thought of that I'm a jacked up person, it came, but it came like super heavy, bro. oh man, I'm never smoking again, bro. Never ever smoking. And I ain't touched no weed since then in my life, bro. And don't plan on it. I really think I'm done with any vice like that. If that gotta be my vice, I'm fine. Any vice like weed, alcohol, I'm done with all that stuff. Done with all that stuff, man. What's the date? My watch broke, so I can't look at the date. Uh, November 5th. That's crazy because I said it was my sister's birthday. I know her birthday. Anyway, November 5th, 2023, man, I'm done. I'm not doing any of that stuff. But yeah, man. The thought process of realizing you may be a jacked up person in certain areas is very, very humbling. It's very humbling, bro. In this thought process, the first it's like I guess in my mind I'm thinking about it like this. The first process is acceptance. Like you in an AA meeting, right? You gotta accept like I'm an alcoholic. Well, my first thought process, I gotta accept that. Certain areas of my life I may be a jacked up person, man. I may be a jacked up person. Second thought process is I want to apologize to anybody that I have been a jacked up person to. If you run across this video, I apologize. I apologize, man. Like genuinely. I know I just laughed, but I genuinely want to apologize to you. I I didn't personally mean to be a jacked. Purposely. I didn't purposely mean to be a jacked up person to you. So and if I did purposely mean to be a jacked up person to you probably did something to me that made me be purposely a jacked up person to you, and you deserve it. So, oh well. But most of y'all, not even most, like 99% of y'all or 90% of y'all, I did not mean to be purposely a jacked up person too, and I just want to apologize. I'm gonna put a button on that right there. I would love to hear somebody else realization of like when they figured out like they may be jacked up in certain areas. But 2024, we getting in therapy, man. I'm gonna make myself do it. Cause I've been saying I'm gonna go to therapy for the longest. Cause I read like Charlemagne, the anxiety shook ones. I don't think I got anxiety. I won't. But I read that book and I was like, yeah, I need to go to therapy. And then I just been hearing all about therapy and stuff. Like my OG, he been on the podcast too, Kelvin. He always tell me about going to therapy. I just don't want to go in and make me soft. That's the one thing. I don't want to go to therapy and it make me soft and instead of empathy, I have sympathy for everybody. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen at all. I just want to be able to like realize when to flip the switch and when to flip it off. Because most of the time, when I can recognize it, that'd be great. In the moment, I don't recognize stuff that's wild. I don't recognize stuff that may be jacked up until I do it and I think about it. I sit in it. And I sit in like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that or I shouldn't have did that. That was jacked up. But I want to be able to turn the switch on and recognize it before it happened so I can like limit any of that stuff. But again, put a button on it, I apologize. I want to hear if you got any moments where you've recognized that like you were a jacked up person. Leave a comment right here. Or it's finna be a video that play that'll tell you all my social media handles, and you can put it up there too. And I'll respond to it, or I'll come talk about it on the podcast. Or you can send it to RayDonBradford at gmail.com. That's RayDonBradford at gmail.com. Yo, what's up, everybody? I hope y'all enjoying this episode. But before we keep going, I want y'all to do something for me, man. I want y'all to like, subscribe, hit the alert bell, and share. And then I want y'all to follow me on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Now let's get back to the episode, guys. But moving forward, new music that came out this week, man. New music that came out this week. It was a lot of new music that came out, but it's one album I want to focus on in particular, and that is Jeezy, formerly known as Young Jeezy. I might forgive, but I don't forget. Dude, when I tell you this album is bananas. Bananas. You know, when Jeezy lock in with one producer or like a very small amount of producers, it's always kind of legendary, right? Like, cause when him and Shawty Red was on that run, all that stuff was like legendary, bro. Legendary. Him and Shawty Red, and once he, Drummer Boy. I think he had some stuff with Drummer Boy. That may be more Yo Gotti based stuff, but cause Yo Gotti from Memphis and Drummer Boy from Memphis. But I think Jeezy had something with him too. Like this album, I think he locked in mostly with Justice League. I don't, bro, this album is crazy. Production wise, lyric wise, is crazy. Cause like he's spinning like grown man stuff, but it's from a trap perspective of grown man stuff, and just dealing with realizing you're a jacked up person, realizing you're a jacked up person, or people around you were a jacked up person or had jacked up tendencies, and he's speaking in from that perspective and like maybe a trap perspective. Uh, I would love to hear what my dude Woodard has to say about this album because I know he a Jeezy like super fan too, man. He loves Jeezy and he been working with Jeezy as well as he said on the podcast some episodes ago. He been working with Jeezy, so I would love to hear his thought process on it too. But my thought process after listening to it one time, I listened to it one time. I said, "This is phenomenal," and then it hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks, man. I was one of the biggest Gucci fans ever. In my hometown, we listen to Gucci, Boosie, Jeezy, Gotti. Like that trap music, that was like when I was in high school, that was like the big core stuff. And back then they were more underground than they were mainstream. Because they were more mixtape artists. They weren't dropping a lot of albums back then. They were more mixtape artists. So we were really rocking with all that stuff. But Gucci Man was like huge in my hometown. Huge. Cause my classmate slash I call him, I would say Lord rest his soul, Jamal Johnson. We call him Three Stacks. Uh I would say he kind of put everybody on Gucci Man, either him or Will Baggett. My homie Will Baggett, I grew up with him. We called him Chill Will. One of them like really put Gucci Man on the map in my hometown, or at least for our generation of kids there. And Gucci Man was like that's everybody listening to Gucci Man. Gucci Mane. I call him Gucci Man. Uh, so when they beef happened and Gucci killed his homie and blase, all that, we really like rock with Gucci heavy. Or at least all the people I was hanging around. That's really what Mr. Perfect, all the Wilt Chamberlain mixtape, Gucci Sosa, Colors, all that stuff, man. No pad, no pencil. All them mixtapes, that's what we were rocking, man. Rocking heavy. I remember Maul Maul played he used to play that Swing My Dough so much because, it's Maul was that dude, man. Like in my hometown, Maul was that dude. Maul had the dreads. Like Maul looked like a roster before all these niggas with the wicks and all this stuff. Maul really looked like a roster. He was dark skinned, little skinny dude, long dreads. D-boy, all this stuff. So he really was putting everybody on. He had he used to play that Swing My Dough. And when I tell you, bro, that thing that used to have us, boy, you would think everybody was a trapper, bro. You would think everybody trapping. I ain't sold a gram of weed, an ounce of cocaine. I ain't sold a pill. I ain't sold nothing. But if that song came on, you would have swore I sold all of it. I sold it all. Like I got ounces in the cart, 28 grams. What you need, man? I got it, man. Bro, I hadn't sold nothing. But that's what I'm saying. All these Chill Will and Maul put us on all this, and we rocking with it. So I'm just thinking Gucci Man is the best thing smoking. I get to college, I realize, oh, these other cities in Mississippi don't even listen to Gucci Man like we listen to. They don't listen to it. Like they more in the Boosie. Like mind you, we rock with Boosie too. Like we rock with Boosie heavy in my hometown, but like we still was rocking with Gucci super heavy. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but yeah, from Jackson down, they really rocking with Boosie heavy. You know, Boosie say Jackson, Mississippi, love him like his hometown. So and that was real. I realized that was real. But Gucci had came out with Vet Pass By. Everybody looking, ooh, 6 stoves in the house and everybody cooking. Wow, we throw it, bruh. I'm losing it, bro. We used to stand in the freshman car. If you ever been to USM, this is a reminisce topic, by the way. I'm reminiscing a lot of this topic. But we standing in the freshman car. I stayed in Roberts. We bumping Gucci, man. I know it. We bumping that thing out there, especially that Vet Pad by. Shout out to my boy CJ from Jackson. I'm just throwing out names, man. But we bumping that. We own that. And then finally in the club, they play it. We lose it. Everybody else in the club just kind of bouncing. Me and all my homies, Frost, Joe, Toot, Quell. Who else was here at that time? Who else was there? I can't even remember. All us from Grenada, they play that Vet Pad by. We turn up. But the rest of the club, they don't see it. So I'm explaining this to show how my vision was a little it was a little skewed. Come on, Will, my vernacular down today, man. I'm down for the count. It was a little skewed. I finna say scared, man. It's skewed, God doggone. But my viewpoint was a little skewed on this topic because I thought Gucci Man was, especially after he killed the man. I think Gucci Man the realest rapper ever. That's my thought process. Gucci Man the realest rapper to ever rap. Cause he really living what he talking about. He really killing niggas. He really selling birds. He really saying he and no pad, no pencil when he say, me and Charlotte home. And them and they ain't more. And trying to bubbly. And we start me and that fat fool. Then go to school, get that fucking. I'm really thinking Gucci lived all this, and see, y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. You young kids, if you watching it, don't even know what I'm talking about. But this no pad, no pencil freestyle is one of the best Gucci verses ever, and it's a freestyle. And then when OJ the Juice Man went crazy. Walker on that thing, look, Walker, he a little hefty now, but we talking about skinny Walker when they call Walker the shooter. This before Walker was rapping. That one, in my eyes, I'm thinking Gucci the biggest thing ever, bro. Gucci the biggest thing ever. After all this that happened, and Jeezy music wasn't hitting to me the same. It wasn't hitting the same to me as Gucci Man music during that time. And Jeezy was still putting out hits. He had put out the Way Too Gone. Nah, nah, nah. The song with Plies, that jump went off in the club. You know, he was still making hits, but they weren't Gucci Man hits to me, man, back then. Back then. That's what I'm saying. So I'm skewed. But I listen to this album. I might forgive, but I don't forget. And it hit me, man. Me and listen, I swear to God, because it's a double disc. It's like 23 songs on this album. It hit me and listen there. Oh shit, man. Jeezy's career has flourished. he didn't slow down one bit. Gucci slowed down. Gucci went to jail 2, 3 times, did a long bid. He fell out with half the industry. His music ain't hitting like it was before all this. His career kind of, I don't want to say halted because he's still making music and he's still signing great artists, great hood artists. I give him that. They ain't the greatest artists, but they hood artists. He's still signing. He's still making money. He's still on top. He ain't hurting for nothing. He married, got kids. Like his life really like turned out well. But as far as his music career, I look at it. I said, man, Jeezy ain't really faltered. He may ain't put out a bunch of albums that all were like great, but ain't nothing faltered. And who really won out of this battle? And I know I hate to do this. I hate to do this because we shouldn't keep comparing and pitting artists against each other. We should not do that. But I'm only doing this from the perspective of somebody who thought Gucci Mane was the biggest thing ever. Dog, y'all don't realize I really jazz music, church music, Gucci Mane. That's what I bumped growing up, man. Jazz, church music, and Gucci Mane. A random ride with me could go from Hezekiah Walker LFO album or LFC, whatever, the black CD where he had the black with the white outline and the red writing on it. That album where it's just all kind of like it feel like dance church music. That album with Newborn Soul and all that stuff on there. I'm a newborn soul. But a random ride could go from that to jazz or Ray Charles. And I'm talking about Ray Charles with the orchestra. So the song's like, you don't know me. You give your hand to me. And then you say hello. I watch you walk away. Like, it could go from that to Gucci Mane. Vet passed by. Everybody, that's what a random ride in my car. I I could go through all those moves in a random day riding in my car. Easy. And wouldn't feel bad. It's this street in my hometown called Poplar Street. I ain't been to my hometown in a while, so I don't even know if Poplar Street's still the same. But back then, Poplar Street was the hood. Like, and them niggas would, if they didn't like you and you walk down this street, they would whoop your ass, bro. No lie. They ain't bullshitting, bro. Them young, them young dudes was serious back then. But I would ride down the street playing church music. I mean, not church music, jazz music. Lord rest his soul, Cheese, the homie Cheese from my hometown. He stopped me one day and like, bro, what the fuck was you listening to riding down the street, bro? Cause I came through Pop Street listening to jazz music. I'm talking about bumping it with two 12s in the back, bumping jazz music. Doom 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 doom. I'm bumping that in the middle of the hood, my boy. So I'm real eclectic like that. I'm real eclectic, but in that eclecticness, if that's even a word, eclecticness, Holy Ghost, Gucci Mane was in there, man. Gucci Mane was in there. Copper chicken dog. Well, that's Juice Man, but Swing My Dough, Miss Perfect. I'm gonna go. Well, that's Swing My Dough, but that's my chain. Don't do it like my chain, man. Any of this stuff could be played at any random time. So Gucci Mane, in my eyes, he was up here, and I didn't realize that it should have been even. Cause Jeezy wasn't bullshitting. And he just kept being Jeezy through all this. Then he made Way Too Gone. And then I didn't even think about it. Jeezy got multiple songs with Jay-Z, all these big, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that. And then I listened to this album and I'm telling you, it hit me like a ton of bricks that Jeezy career never slowed down. Never slowed down. And he consistently made at least good music. He may have not always made great music, but he consistently made good music. And then he gets to this album, which is his last album on Def Jam. He makes a double album, and he makes a fucking classic. I think this album is top 5. This album up there with Thug Motivation 101. It's up there. And Thug Motivation 101, woo, I used to ride around my cousin Toot, bumping Thug Motivation, or what was I can't even remember the mixtape that had some of the stuff that was on. Cause Jeezy's career was weird. Even though he released Thug Motivation 101, he still had like mixtapes that had a lot of the songs from Thug Motivation 101. Or you know what I'm saying? So like we used to ride around bumping all that stuff. And it really blew my mind that happened. And I really overlooked that and never realized that Jeezy never slowed down. He always been here. He didn't go from here to here, then back up here. He just kind of been here, and then he'll be here. Then he'll go away for a little bit, then he just come back. But you know, my boy Gucci was here, then he'll go here, then he back, then he back. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of that. He ain't been consistent. I realized that we got to get Jeezy props. That's it. We got to get Jeezy props, and we got to say, out of them two, and it's unfortunate, man, because I'm telling you, man, I still bump Gucci, man, till this day, man. I go back and listen to them old tapes like they just came out. When first day out, you know, all these young artists be putting their first day out. They go to jail and they put their first day out. But the original first day out was Gucci, man. You know what? I'm going to get flagged. I ain't going to never be able to monetize this episode. But guess what? I don't even give a damn. I don't give a damn. Because y'all need to hear this. Y'all need to hear this, man. This the best first day out that ever came out. Listen to this. If you don't know that, come on, man. Come on, man. Let me take it off the mic real quick. Look here, I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling you. When I put this back to the mic, Gucci finna go crazy. He finna go crazy. DJ Holiday had to bring that thing back. See, y'all don't, man. Ooh-wee. I thought this. Look at this. See, look at that. You thought he finna take off. He ain't finna take off. Give him a second. Ooh. 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 Listen. I'm starting off my day with a blunt of perk. No pancake, just a cup of syrup. What? Kitchen working with a chicken. Bro, that's the best first day out there that ever came out, man. The best. I don't care what you say. You can talk about T Grizzly, you can talk about all these folks. Ain't none of these folks putting no first day out like that. And that came, when did this come out? Let's look and see when this came out. Go to album, writing on the wall. When did this come out? Did he put the actual year it came out? This came out in 2009, brother. 2009. Look here, man. Look, all I'm telling y'all is, I thought that was the best thing they were smoking. I didn't realize Jeezy just was here. He maintaining. I ain't saying he here like he ain't a trap god. He a trap music god. A trap music god. T.I., Jeezy, Gucci. These are trap music gods. But I didn't, but my stomach grinding. I hope y'all didn't hear that. Lord have mercy. I had to eat when I leave. I got some wings at the house. Ooh-wee. But, yeah, we got to get Jeezy more respect. We got to put more respect on Jeezy's name. Because that verse is happening and then everybody tripping. Jeezy should have took off on Gucci because Gucci talking about go dig your homeboy, blah, 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 blah. It was very disrespectful. But when you look at it, and when you look at the totality of career, I wouldn't have said nothing to Gucci Man either. Nigga, you can keep talking about somebody you killed 13, 20 years ago. Nigga, I'm up. I'm up, nigga. My career ain't never been down. I didn't go to jail. I didn't lose everything. I ain't come out having to rebuild shit, rekindle relationships that I fucked up. I ain't had to do none of that. Nigga, my career has been solid the whole time. Solid. And I'm making millions. And I own half of Atlanta. All this stuff, like, well, I don't know if Jeezy actually owns half, but he owns a lot of Atlanta. So it's just, I wouldn't have said nothing either. I would have nigga, oh well, you killed him. You did kill my homeboy. That's fucked up you killed my homeboy. But guess what? I'm grown and I'm rich. I'm not finna keep playing those street games with you. And then this album makes sense. It just everything he explaining, it makes sense, bro. This is an amazing album. We have to accept the fact that Jeezy, unfortunately, he outlasted Gucci. Cause Gucci still putting out albums, but who really listen to Gucci albums now? As an avid Gucci fan, like hey, from 2000, I just told you when that song came out, 2009. I had been listening to Gucci Man before that album came out. 2006, 2005, I had been listening to Gucci Man. 2006, 2005, bro. That's how long I'm a fan. So I feel I'm very qualified to talk about this. I've been listening to that man for that long. I've been listening to Jeezy that long. That's 18 years of my life, bro. that's a that's a lifetime. Well, not a lifetime. That's a large portion of a lifetime. Let's put it like that, bro. 18 years of my life I've been listening to them. I don't listen to Gucci Man new music. I don't listen to Boosie new music. I still listen to Goddard new music. I still listen to Jeezy new music. Cause they still putting out cold stuff to me. But like Gucci ain't. Jeezy outlasted him, bro. And it hurt. As a fucking avid Gucci fan, it hurt to see that my boy ain't still releasing at a high clip like this. And then the music sounds grown. It's I seen somebody on Twitter say this is the trap 444. I wholeheartedly agree. Is he talking about credit and buying art and buying real estate and all this? He's not talking about that. But it's just how he's approaching like, damn, my dog turned on me. My dog say I ain't take care of him, but I actually did take care of him. He was staying in my, cause it's a lot out on Jeezy about like the dude from Jackson, Mississippi, Boo. It's people who talk about how like hey, why Boo ain't blow up or like Slick Puller and Blood Raw. Why they ain't blow up? I think Blood Raw still beefing with Jeezy now, or like Blue Da Vinci, or like the what you call them boys, man, BMF, or like why Jeezy didn't get locked up with the rest of BMF if he was in all this? Did he snitch? Did he blah blah blah? You got all this stuff that's out on him, but this album he addressing all that stuff. He talking about all this stuff, but in a grown way, not in a way like I kill you, I beat you up. But it ain't nothing about none of that type of stuff. Or I got more money than you, or blah. It ain't. Or I got more change than you, or I'm fucking hoes, blah blah blah. The normal stuff that trap rappers talk about is really, dang, my dog switched up on me, or man, I should have looked at this different, or I should have looked at that different. It's a very grown way to approach trap rap. And I love it. Justice Lee produced the crap out of his real bass guitars, real strings, great samples. I let Will hear a song and he the synth lead. It ain't doing a lot, but it's just like the reverb and the space, and it's great, man. The mix great. The sonics of the album is consistent and not from song to song. It's changing dramatically or nothing. Like stuff is great, bro. It's a great album. It's really a top 5 album in Jeezy's career of his discography. I honestly would say out of 23 songs on here, it's probably fucking 10 that I'm gonna listen to for the rest of the year. The first song, which is I Might Forgive, No Complaining, They Don't Love Me No More, uh, if I'm being honest, Don't Cheat, Shine on Me, Delusional, Nothing to Prove, Expectations, My Intentions, Never Be a Fan, Sade, Don't Let Up, Since Pac Died, Free Champagne. Them is all songs. Those are, and that's, I just named more than 10 songs. Name more than 10 songs. But those 10, like, I'm gonna keep playing for the rest of this year. Free Champagne and Since Pac Died for sure are gonna be, they in the rotation for the rest of the year. Like, I know we said Killer Mike had rap album of the year, and I still think Killer Mike has rap album of the year. But Jeezy has to be up there now. He has to be up there. Like, I'm sorry, Gucci fans, my fellow Gucci fans. We need to accept that. We need to accept the fact that Jeezy outlasted him, man. He won long term, and I hate to compare artists. I hate to put man against man. But unfortunately, that's what we do. We've been doing that since the beginning of time. That's why Cain killed Abel. Man go against man. When Eve bit that damn, not Eve, because when she bit the apple, I don't think nothing happened. I may have to go read my Bible and check again. I don't think that happened. But when Adam bit that damn apple, ever since then, we just been doomed. We been goddamn doomed. We gonna compare each other. We can't walk around naked no more. Nothing. It ain't we doomed in everything. We doomed. That's all I'm saying. So we gonna continue to compare each other. We gonna continue to do crazy stuff that we shouldn't do. And since I know we gonna do that, I'm gonna be a part of the problem and just say, hey, Jeezy outlasted them. Damn, that hurt to say. That hurt to say. But you know what? I had another topic that I was gonna go to, but I don't even want to talk about that today. I'm gonna hold that off. Cause when I talk about that, I wanna have guests on and I wanna get Willie on the mic. At least. He ain't gotta get on the camera, but I wanna get him on the mic. Cause we'd have talked about this before. But I just want him to say his opinion. So even if he says his opinion and don't speak after that, people can agree or whatever. Because I think I end up talking about that topic the whole episode. So I'm gonna say that topic. I'm gonna say both of them. So I'm finna wrap it up. But before I wrap it up, the big podcast beef that's out here going on, man. Y'all, hey man, hey y'all dudes is wild, man. Y'all getting money, bro. Y'all getting money, bro. Why? I don't get it. I look on the internet today. I see Joe Budden and then he got beat up. They say he got beat up. I watched a clip of him talking about it. He said he didn't get beat up. He said he did get snuffed though. Said dude caught back and knocked dang near tried to knock him out. Got one on him. But they beefing. Charlemagne, Brandon Marshall, and the Pivot. That beef is crazy to me. We just outsiders looking in, so we don't know the true. We don't know what's truly happening on the business side of everything with all that. But I know it's weird because Freddie T saying blah blah blah. Ryan Clark saying, bro, the one you do owe the woman $1.6 million. You don't owe her 1.8. You owe 1.6. Channing sound like he really want to beat you up. It's weird, bro. It's weird. Like y'all making too much money out here. But that's, you know what? When I really think about it, if I was making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars podcasting, I would probably beef with a nigga too if he was fucking it up. Let's just be honest. If I feel like you fucking up my money, I beef with you too. Hey, bro, you gotta see me, bro. You gotta see me, bro. I'm gonna talk about you till you see me, bro. But it's wild though, cause they saying that they see each other and don't nothing happen and don't nobody say nothing. But then you got the instance of Joe Budden talking about the man flipping New Jersey. His brother pull up on him. They make a video scene about that. And then Joe Budden go on his podcast and talk about it and call the man fat, call him blase, a loser, say he would have washed him, all that. Then they see it, they actually see him again, and they got them punch on him. Oh, hey man, what's going on out here? Y'all, hey man, I see it though. The human in me say, y'all shouldn't be beefing, y'all shouldn't be fighting. But the man that want to make money in me say, if I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm making millions of dollars at something, and you getting in the way of that, I beef with you. I done beef with people for less. I'm beef with people that didn't want no incentive in the beef. It wasn't nothing to incentivize this beef. What we beefing about? If I got millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars, I would gladly beef with you, brother. That's fucked up to say. Fucked up to say. But again, I'm a jacked up person in certain areas. It all go back to the beginning. Rewind it. Scrub it back. Scrub it back. When I said I realize I'm a jacked up person in certain areas, I would gladly beef with these people too. Cause guess what? The beef brings attention to the podcast. Cause look, I Am Athlete, the pivot. I was a huge I Am Athlete fan. Athlete. Let me say that because I sound ghetto as fuck because I just said athlete. But I was a huge I Am Athlete fan. They break up the pivot. Now, what I don't like is the pivot try to act like they just been taking the high road and they ain't been talking about them. They have been talking about them. But then Brandon get his new Cash, Shady, Pac-Man, all these people, and they take shots at the pivot. They was throwing shots back and forth. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know nothing about all that. But it's just, they act like each side ain't been talking about the other side. Freddie T act like he ain't going there, man. This dude, I'm not even going to say this dude podcast, because I do not like this podcast. But fuck it, I'm going to say it, because, hey, you want beef, brother? Let's beef. No, I ain't going to say it. But the dude, Freddie T go on his podcast talk about Brandon, and Brandon come on in that day and talk about Freddie T. Or it may have been the opposite way around. Brandon come on, talk about Freddie T, and Freddie T talk about Brandon. Weird energy. And then Brandon go on Cam Newton podcast and talk about them, and then it's weird, like, bro, you wouldn't know about this beef, this so-called beef they got, if they weren't going on podcasts and talking about each other or going on their platforms and talking about each other. It's you clearly doing it to drive traffic to the podcast. So don't act like you don't want to beef when you keep talking about it to drive traffic. And it's understandable to the people that's in the know. We understand it. You driving traffic. And honestly, I want to see it. I want to understand. Because then y'all slick start talking about business and stuff and how to move. And I want to listen to that. I want to know how to move in these situations, how to maneuver. Oh, learn about ad rev, learn about this, okay, let me go look this up. Let me go look the word ad revenue up so I know what that means, blase, how to run it. Or let me talk to somebody who may know about it. And then we can, you see what I'm saying? So I'm appreciative that y'all doing this. I'm appreciative. But at the end of the day, don't act like you don't want to beef because it benefits your platform. That's the biggest thing. It benefits each platform. Like Joe Budden talking about Caesar and DJ Envy and the narrative being out, or not even the narrative, the video coming out of DJ Envy talking about he approached Joe Fab and DJ Clue first when he was talking about the real estate stuff, and Joe told him it's a scam. So now You see what I'm saying? Like now y'all beefing just it's to drive traffic to the content, to the platform, and to those that's in the know, we understand, and that's cool. Either we'll partake and indulge in that or we won't. But don't make it out to the people that ain't in the know. Like, oh man, I ain't beefing with him. I don't want to beef with him. Wow, man, I'm not even gonna talk about him, but you still talk about him when you throw shots on your podcast. Weirdo stuff, man. Weirdo stuff. I ain't experienced. I'm sure if I keep at this and this grows, I will possibly experience this. And I'm open to the experience. I just want to experience everything. I experience everything in the space. So I'm cool with it, but I won't never act like, man, I don't want to beef with him, man. Look, man, if it's gonna drive traffic to the content, I'll indulge. I'll play the game. I'll play the game, brother. You want to play the game? Let's play the game. But I just hate to see that all these huge platforms and podcasts are acting like they don't want to be for each other or they're not going to acknowledge a person, and they always do on slickly. If slickly is a word, I just possibly made that word up. Like I said, my vernacular ain't been on today. Bear with me. But that's it. I'm done with my rant. It's been another episode of Scatterbrain and Ray Bradford podcast. Of course, I am Ray Bradford, your host with the most on the coast. Uh, Come kick it with me, man. Go listen to Dance Tonight. That's all I ask of y'all. I don't ask that much. I go listen to Dance Tonight. Make me feel good if you can. I'm going to therapy in 2024, so I can fix that. I don't even have to ask y'all that. I really don't. Now it is what it is. The song been out. I'm fine, but I do want y'all to go listen to it though. Like I always say, find your grandmama, find your granddaddy, your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your brother, your nephew, your niece, your grandbaby, your boo, your lover, whoever. Find a hug on, tell you love them. Peace out, y'all. Be safe.